Before I start, I want to say the clips I use in this video, I don't own the rights to this content. It's for educational purposes only. Let's start with Turki Al-Sheikh wants to make a fight between Alexander Usyk and Moses Itauma. Now, I like Moses Itauma right now. To me, he's a prospect. Some people think he's a contender at this moment. He's 12-0 with 10 knockouts. He's 20 years old, and it looks like Turki Al-Sheikh want to make him the youngest heavyweight champion in the world. And this is one thing about Turki Al-Sheikh. He's like the ultimate fan. He wants to make all these fantasy matches. Moses Itauma is not ready for Alexander Usyk. Does he display awesome power? Yeah, he displays awesome power. But I don't think he's ready to take on a mastermind like Alexander Usyk with 12 fights in his bag. It's no rush. This kid is 20 years old. He's the future of the heavyweight division. And if you ask me, the fighters that should be getting a title shot against Usyk is Joseph Parker or Cabial. I'd like to see Usyk in the ring with one of those guys next. Moses Itauma is no rush. Calm down, Turkey. But I wouldn't mind seeing Itauma against Deontay Wilder and Dillian White. Basically, to me, those guys are gatekeepers now. They're past their prime. I would not mind seeing him against guys like that. But Usyk, that's just another level. Usyk's the best fighter in the world. No need to put the kid in there with him, not just yet. He hasn't even been in there with a Chisora. But I do like what I see so far.
On September 13th, Crawford and Canelo. But they said no because I would have took it over. I would have took over the show.
Talking about burning bridges, this guy burns bridges everywhere he goes. He's talking about he wanted to be on the Canelo card, but they wouldn't let him because he would outshine everybody on the card. And we know that's not true. There are two reasons why Teofimo's not on the September 13th card. The first reason is he insulted Turki Al-Sheikh. The second reason is he doesn't want to fight anybody. He did say he wanted to fight Boots, and it seemed like he was following through with that, and Boots backed out. But other than that, it was $11 million reported on the table for him to fight Devin Haney. He didn't want to do it. And the reason he gave was he didn't want to sell his soul. But he's willing to sell his soul to be on the September 13th Canelo card. And not to mention, he turned down the Brian Norman fight, which, if he would have defeated Brian Norman, that would have backed Boots in the corner when Boots was still at 147 to unify with Teofimo Lopez if he won that fight. But it sounds like he wasn't confident enough that he would win that fight. All Teofimo wants to do is talk. Teofimo officially, at this moment, seems like a Riyadh reject. We'll see what happens with Teo down the road.
Let's take over the show.
I got Canelo.
I got Crawford.
Oh man,
I
that's
got
not
Canelo.
gonna happen.
We bet 10,000. I want that on the table.
That's not gonna happen.
$10,000?
Who bet 10,000?
That's not gonna happen.
I know Canelo
This guy
should
got to
win.
run.
Traveling.
Canelo can't get hurt.
Fan base.
You know, this guy got. You could hit him with a bat and he's not even shaking. So and Crawford got that pop. You know,
Canelo's
what I'm saying?
flat-footed.
And yeah, you don't have to say that, man. I don't think he's flat-footed. You know, he moves to the sides.
He's great defense.
But you know what? He gets.
feints are really
He gets.
Canelo's lazy.
That's what he's got to do. And I texted Reynoso. I told him you got to do a lot of feints
Canelo's
because
punch count is bad.
that's what was taking the.
It's decreased.
That's what was messing him up with the last fight.
Some of these father trainers are real bad, like Schofield and Teofimo Sr. I have no respect for them as far as training go. Jose Benavidez is probably a notch above them. But Terence Crawford is ranked first by the WBO at 168 pounds. Now, the best channels to go that breaks it down all the way for you is Bushido Boxing or Ring IQ. Basically, to me, in my opinion, this was the WBO awarding Terence Crawford for being loyal. And the WBO loves Terence Crawford. He has an interim WBO title, or at least he had the interim title. And to me, this is the WBO awarding Terence Crawford for being loyal. And another thing it does, it kind of sealed the fight. Like the fight's going to happen. There won't be any interruptions. There won't be any snags in this fight since now that Terence Crawford is the mandatory in the WBO rankings. So in reality, it's not a big deal to me. all the WBO is trying to do is make this fight a little more legit. You know what I mean? Because Terence Crawford has never fought at 168, and that's what a big argument is about Terence Crawford fighting Canelo. But it's a big fight, and a lot of people want to see it. And WBO is making it more legit, making Terence Crawford a Mando or the #1 contender. But this fight is already signed, sealed, delivered. It's going to happen September 13th on Netflix. But anyway, what are your thoughts? What do you think about the WBO making Terence Crawford Canelo's mandatory or Canelo's #1 contender? Leave your thoughts in comments below. Beezy, I'm gone.